Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. I hope you're having a great day so far. So we've got a few things to talk about because I didn't get to my video last night. More fun with my son and his new computer that he put together. Yeah, that was great. Had to go back to the store, get a new CPU, put everything back together again. But all is well. He was up late last night playing. I had big smiles for me. Kadena launching a $100 million program to entice developers to develop on their blockchain. Pretty slick. Binance US has left the blockchain association and going to go it alone with regard to lobbying the United States government. Interesting. There's some history there. I wonder what the conversation was between the CEOs of Goldman Sachs and FTX. What does that portend? 46 crypto executives have reached out to the EU finance leaders to say, hey, you might want to rethink what your new rules, what your upcoming rule changes are going to be. Some of them are going a bit too far, and that could be a very big deal. So we'll get into that. Cricket lovers rejoice. Rario has secured $120 million in Series A funding. That's a big deal. It's all about cricket. Definitely in the NFT space, just putting it out there, but that's definitely cool. Cricket is a much loved sport. Continuing its global expansion, Coinbase is buying BtcTurk for $3.2 billion. And that's a pretty big crypto exchange in Turkey. While the United States is snoring, Australia greenlights its first Bitcoin ETF. ASX Clear jumped through a whole bunch of hoops to get there. But what they've done is done things like handling margin up to 42%. So that's going to be a very big deal. We should think about doing that here. Just saying. Gary Gensler, are you listening? Just checking. Sorry. And we'll dig into all that. So let's go with Kadena. Kadena is a layer one blockchain. It's based on proof of work, and they are looking for developers to develop on their blockchain. So they've created this $100 million fund. Now, the difference between their blockchain and other proof of work blockchains is that they use a sharding technology to vastly increase the speed of the blockchain. So it'll be interesting to find out, what developers will come. It's almost as if you're saying, well, why won't developers come to the platform, to work on it without being enticed? Well, it's because everybody else is handing over money. That's why. So I don't look at that as a down thing. I look at that as a smart thing. If you want to bring developers over and you want to make some moves, this is what you're going to have to do. And they might have to go back and, increase the funding that they have, right? To develop, to get more developers to come on over. Now, Binance US was created. I don't know if you recall this, but Binance US was created because Binance was in the United States doing business, got in trouble, got kicked out. So they created Binance US to better comply with US regulation, the little bit of regulation that's here, right? Or a little bit of less ambiguous regulation that's here. So they created Binance.US. Now, Binance.US was involved with the Blockchain Association, wanted a little bit more power, wanted a little bit more say. I mean, they kind of are the biggest in the world, but maybe a little bit too much. So they've decided to break away from the Blockchain Association and create their own team to lobby to the US government for certain things. I find that to be quite interesting because they kind of have a track record of exploding into a country and then being asked to, hey, no, and then having to come back properly. Why not just come properly to begin with? Just saying. When I look at Coinbase's push to go global, they're doing things very, very, very strategically, right? They're identifying places where they can go and where they can go direct. They're looking at the rules, looking at the laws, and seeing what they have to do to get there. I'm not saying that they're perfect, but they're really digging in and trying to understand how to do things and how to do things correctly the first time, because having to do it again costs a lot more money. Like in the case of Turkey, They decided we're gonna go buy an existing exchange. Why not? Kind of says, hey, they got it right. They're allowed to be there. They're doing this. So now let's go do that. So their global expansion is not without thought, not without clear strategy, and not without singularly excellent implementation, in my humble opinion. Sorry. Goldman Sachs meeting with FTX. That's going to be interesting because I don't know what it portends. It could portend a whole bunch of things. Remember, Sam, the CEO of FTX, has suggested it to Elon Musk. Hey, we can take Twitter totally to Web3. Using us. We can help you do that. Blah blah blah. Great. So it could mean a lot of different things when you start looking at Goldman Sachs and the kind of money they can bring to the table and what they might be looking to do by partnering with an exchange. So that's very interesting. And here's what's even more interesting to me, the fact that they're meeting with FTX specifically. It's not to say that they haven't met with somebody else, but this was, to me, allowed to be leaked. Kind of a big deal to me. 46 executives from the crypto space asking the EU to think about forcing them to collect and share transaction information, right? That has to do with digital assets. Now, at first you think, well, you got to know your customer, KYC, blah, blah, blah. Makes you stop and say, just how far do they want them to go? Just how much information do these governments or these bodies want them to collect? And if you keep squeezing too hard, you're going to wind up having a economic giant that becomes the undercurrent of your respective economies. And that's like the dumbest thing you can do, because now you can't control it, or you can't take part of it and help guide it, right? Nobody's saying, not too many people are saying that regulation is not good, but too much regulation or heavy-handed regulation is not the way to go. You're going to lose control. You're going to find a lot more things happening that's over the counter or person to person. And that's not where you want it to go back to. That's where it was. You don't want it to go back there. Enhance the technology that's there. Don't be dumb. Yeah, I said it just like that. Don't be dumb. Enhance the technology that's there. Work with the people that are there. And put up some guardrails so that it's fair. It's fair. Remember, it's not just about investment. The reach of crypto technology is far beyond simple investment. This is why you should be involved. This is why you should be active and positively active. Just saying. Just putting that out there for you. Now, cricket lovers, just jump up, rejoice. Rario, $120 million Series A funding. That's going to be wild in the NFT space, and it's going to be like ridiculously popular. Here, as a matter of fact, I'll put it to you like this. I wonder who else is going to get in that space. Cricket is crazy popular. I know nothing about cricket. And if I hear people talking about cricket, I stop, I listen, I ask questions, and I'm all about it. And I made the mistake. I did this with volleyball, and I did this with cricket. I made the mistake I was flipping through channels, saw a match going on, and was drawn in. I see why it's loved so much. And then I had a conversation with a few of my friends, about the equipment and everything. It's crazy. It's crazy. You don't want a new stick. You want an old one. It's been used. It's been tried and true, tested. Just everything that goes into it is just crazy. So it's rejoice. Just saying, Rario, good move. That's what I'm talking about. United States is sleeping on allowing Bitcoin ETFs. Australia said, hold my beer. Seriously, hold my beer. They have greenlit the first Bitcoin ETF. It's by ASX Clear. They have to cover 42% of margin, and obviously a whole bunch of other hoops that they had to go through. But the hoops were laid out. Stop there. The hoops were laid out. This is what you're going to have to do. These are the parameters. Bam. ACX said, I'm in it. ACX Clear said, I'm in it. Boom, let's go. So what's going to happen? April 27th, they're going to launch their freaking Bitcoin ETF. And what? Hey, United States, you might want to wake up. Just putting that out there for you. You might want to wake up. Just saying. I don't want to have this one run too long. This is the one I was going to do last night, so I'm giving it to you today. I am going to try to do another one later on today. I've got a lot going on. One of my companies is about to make a big splash. Hopefully by the end of next week, we'll be coming out with a little something. So I'm really stoked about that. So again, I hope the information I'm giving you is helping you to, figure out how to do your own research. So, this is what I do to grow my bag. And I'm just sharing, my journey with my kids and, with you as well. So if you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and definitely hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping a new video. Have a great day.